Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to do a fun question which is called top k frequent elements. It is one of the favorites of the FAANG companies, and this I would say is a good question, pretty good question I would say, well worth the medium category. So let's see what the question is. Given an integer array nums and an integer k, return the k most frequent elements within the array. So we are given the array 1 1 1 2 2 3 3 3 and we need to return two most frequent elements. So the two most frequent elements here are 3 and 2, because 3 occurs 3 times, 2 occurs 2 times, and there is only other element, that's 1, and then it occurs 1 time. So this is a great problem, and let's approach it using priority queues or heap, because it's a good way to do it. So let's start with it. Let's think how we can push stuff into priority queue using this. So first of all, what we need is a hash map for counting the frequency of each element. All right. Okay. Then what we can do is make a priority queue like this. In priority queue, we push integer array of size 2 with the starting element of it as the frequency and the second element of the array to be the number itself, for example 2 or 3 or something like that. So in this case 2 and 2, like for the example given here, I'm just putting the example. What would happen is, initially we go through 1 and 1, we push it, then again we push 2 and 2, and when 3 arrives we pop, like remove 1 and 1 and push 3 comma 3. All right, we remove 1 and 1, something like that. Cool. How do I implement this using let's start with the implementation of it. So for int num and nums, we first create a frequency map. So map integer map equal to new hash map, and for int num and nums we put stuff into hash map comma frequency of the num. So map dot get or default num comma 0. So if num is not there, we get 0 and we increment it by 1. Otherwise we get num and we increment it by 1. Cool. Now we need to push this frequencies into, like offer this frequency into a heap, and when mean heap size exceeds, like mean heap according to the first, like the frequency of the element, not the element itself. So for example, element of element 3 has a frequency 2, we push it by comparing 2, so that every element is compared by its frequency and pushed into the map, into the heap, my bad. So priority queue of int array pq equal to new priority queue, and in that a to a comma b mapped like this, integer dot compare a of 0 comma b of 0. Cool. Now that we have created priority queue, we need to push everything inside the hash map into the priority queue. We do that using this. So we iterate through the hash map for map dot and integer map in entry set. We do it like this mostly. I can check it how to do it for hash map in Java. Yeah, more entry set of the map dot entry set, and we make this pretty much about it. So what we want to do is pq dot offer new int of entry dot get key. No, actually entry dot get value, because first element should be the frequency of that element, and entry dot get key. So now we have pushed stuff into the priority queue, and if pq dot size is greater than k, we do pq dot poll, and at the end now we have priority queue of size k. What we want to do is that pq we want to make the resultant array res new int of k size. So for int I equal to 0, I less than k, I plus plus, res of I equal to pq dot poll of 1, return res. Yeah. The time complexity would be O of n log n, because we are pushing stuff into priority queue. Yeah. And space complexity of is O of n. That's about it.